You are only 90 days away from your dream physique. I mean this with all honesty. It only takes 90 days from where you are now to get to where you want to be in terms of the gym, your fitness, your physique. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Samuel Ortegon. I run a fitness coaching business where I work with clients, and I want to make this video because it truly does not take as long as you might think it takes if you're in the right position already. Now, if you're just starting the gym, I'm not talking about you. This video is meant more for people that are already in the gym. Let's say you already go to the gym 4, 5, maybe 6 days a week. You're putting in the effort, you're consistent. That's not your problem. But you don't have the proven plan to get you to fast track all the process. You don't have to guess in the gym anymore with what you're doing. And this was me, honestly. Like, to go into my backstory, I've been in the gym since February of 2021. That's when I got my first gym membership at an LA Fitness in Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's where I'm from. And I fell in love with the gym. You know, I was super consistent. That was not my problem. Like, I love going to the gym every single day. I just fell in love with making progress and getting the most out of becoming the best version of myself, because I think that's why most people get into the gym, is just to like get a better body, attract more girls, become a more respectable version of themselves, which was all things I wanted to do, and which is all things that I got to achieve. But for years, I was stuck in plateaus. You know, I didn't have the step-by-step system that would get me fast to my dream results, which I created for myself, which works with human biology, which I want to get into in this video. But truly, the number one reason I'm making this video is to prove that if you have everything in place, you do not have to take, years to get to your dream physique if you already go to the gym. If you have the foundation built, like most people watching this should, like this is who I'm making this video for. This was me, like only like a year ago. Like in 2025, I started the year, I was pretty fucking chubby. Like I had a lot of body fat, but I'd been in the gym consistently for about almost 4 years at that point, at the beginning of last year. Now today is January 5th, 2026, which in the past year I've made a pretty fucking crazy transformation. For already being in the gym for 4 years, I've made the most amount of progress that I've ever made in the last, like 8 months, not even 8, like 6 months, following just a proven plan that works with your human biology. So really the importance of sticking to a proven plan is, it's night and day difference, because like you can go to the gym consistently, like you already probably do, but if you don't know 100% with what you're doing is the best way to get you from point A to point B, which is why you're in the gym in the first place. Like there's no reason to go to the gym just to waste time. Like you're there to make progress, and you're putting in the effort to actually progress in your physique and get all the benefits, the confidence. Yes, the attraction comes. Yes, you feel better about yourself. Yes, people respect you more. Yes, people will admire you and your efforts. But if you don't have the right things in place, you're just gonna be spinning your wheels like I was, in plateaus. And it's one of the worst feelings in the world. Like if you're going to the gym consistently, you're putting in the effort, like most people do. Like most people, I even talk to some people in the gym and they tell me the same thing. But it's one of the most frustrating things, because you feel like you're just wasting time. And you know that there's a way out there that can work, because you see it all the time on social media. You see people like make crazy transformations in a short amount of time. And it's all because they follow a proven plan. They stick to something that, it might be boring, it might not be like the most fun thing in the world, but it works and they stick to it. And that's the whole point of even going to the gym in the first place. So if you can stick to a proven plan, you can get your dream physique. And I literally mean 90 days. You are 90 days away from it. And I used to not have it in place, like I said. Like, I remember one time in my lifting career, you could say, I was stuck in a plateau. I remember I would bench, like flat bench, 185 pounds, right? for 6 reps for 2 years. I was stuck on that number for 2 years. I'm not even trolling when I say that. 2 years, the same number. And like, I thought I was doing things right. You know, I would eat clean, which is like, it is a thing, but if you think you can just eat clean and make progress, you are so mistaken. There's so much more to fitness and like how your body works, which I will get into in this video. I'm actually gonna lay out everything that I teach my clients, like the basic systems that you can fucking implement today and start making progress the way you should be. So let's get into my precision input system. This is basically a framework that I teach everyone that works with me. I'm gonna go into the basics, just like the overview, and then you can still apply all these things, but let's get into it. There's 6 steps to this. So number 1 is your lifting plan. So your workouts. If you have, by the way, if you have everything in your favor in place, it's literally impossible to not make progress. So if you have all 6 of these in place, they're all checked off, and you know that they're 100% working in your favor, and you're not just guessing on if this is the right thing to do, if this is not the right thing to do, there's no way for you not to make progress. So number 1 is your lifting plan, the actual workouts, exercises that you're doing. So there's a few things that go into this. Number 1 is your exercise selection. So what I teach is you want to choose your exercises based on your muscle anatomy. What do I mean by that? So every muscle in the body has muscle fibers that work with, you have anatomy in your muscles, obviously. So you want to find exercises that work perfectly and optimally to target those specific muscle fibers so you can make the most progress on that. So I see a lot of people in the gym, they're always trying to switch up to the new exercises, trying to find like the fun, fancy thing to do. Maybe they saw a video on Instagram or TikTok explaining like this crazy new workout, which those never work. Like those are just designed to get views, and they're not like the bread and butter, the staple of making progress, because they don't really work with your muscle anatomy. So every single exercise that you select for your program should work with your muscle anatomy to make the most progress possible. So that's exercise selection. Then there's how much volume and how much intensity you should be doing. How many sets, how many reps, how frequently you should be going, all that stuff. So I'm a big proponent of high intensity and lower volume lifting. I think if you can just stimulate your growth, then there's no need to do more junk volume in the gym, which a lot of people do. A lot of people waste so much time in the gym. Like if you're in the gym for more than an hour, then you're just wasting time. You genuinely do not need to be. That's like even pushing it. An hour is way too long, by the way. Well, I'm just scratching my legs. There's so many mosquitoes out here. I'm in Colombia right now, so it's very hot, very humid. But anyways, I recommend two to three sets per exercise. Depends on which one it is. And then 6 to 8 rep range on most lifts. 3-minute rest time per sets. You're doing 5 to 6 exercises per workout. So my split, if you want to write this down, is number 1 is chest, biceps on one day. And I'll do back, triceps. Then I'll do shoulders, forearms, and abs. And I'll do legs and abs as well. So you can switch those days around as you see fit. I usually do chest, biceps, into shoulder day, into back, triceps, into legs. And that's just the best way to do it. I've tried different ways to switch that around, and you can try it for yourself, but if you want the easy, proven way, then I really just recommend following everything that I do. So that's the lifting plan out of the way. Number 2 is your nutrition. So all you need to know for nutrition, people overcomplicate the fuck out of this, is you want to hit your micronutrients. So all the vitamins, all the minerals that your body demands. Because if you're deficient in these, you're not going to be operating optimally, properly, as your body should, because your body has a demand for nutrients. So if you're not giving those nutrients to your body, you're not going to be at your highest potential. You're not going to be making the most progress you can. Testosterone is going to be off whack, which we'll get into as well. And then you want to hit your macros as well. So proteins, carbs, fats, and then timing those differently around your workouts, which I'm about to get into. That's the third step. So hitting your micros, eating foods that are actually nutrient dense, and not just hitting your macros. That's one of the biggest mistakes that people make, is neglecting micronutrients, because when I first started, I didn't think fucking vitamins and minerals were important at all. Like, who cares? That's just like shit our mom tells us to supplement with, and give us like this weird gummy candy thing to supplement for vitamins. But it's honestly way more important than you think. It's like I said, it's the basic building blocks of your body's demand. So you should be getting those in if you want to make progress. And then the macros, those are pretty simple. Like, you should know what macros are if you're watching this video. But what you might not know is how to time them correctly around your workouts, which is number 3. So number 3 is insulin sensitivity. This is one of the biggest things that you need to master if you want to skyrocket your progress. Insulin sensitivity, it's basically how sensitive your body is and your muscles are to absorbing nutrients. So if your muscles are insulin sensitive, you can absorb way more nutrients, and your fat is going to not be prioritized in those nutrients, because think of every calorie as your muscles and your fat are competing to get them. So if your muscles are more insulin sensitive, they're going to be winning that competition with your fat cells and grow over the fat cells. So someone can have the same amount of calories, same nutrition, they eat the exact same foods, but give one person more insulin sensitivity and the other person less, they're going to be more insulin resistant. And the person that's more insulin sensitive is going to build way more muscle in the long run. Obviously, if you have one day, it's not going to be the biggest difference in the world. But in the long run, you're going to destroy the game. You're going to make the most progress. And it's like the little things that add up, which is why I say you can do this all in 90 days, because I truly did it. Last summer, when I even made the system, I call it precision inputs. That's all about precise inputs that you can do that don't really take time. They just take the knowledge and the application. That's all you need to do. This does not take time. Like, knowing about micronutrients and knowing how to time your meals correctly does not take any time out of your day. So if you're not doing it, you're just making excuses for yourself, and then you're just going to be stuck in all the plateaus that you are in now. So that's number 3, insulin sensitivity. So basically what you want to do is time your carbohydrates around your workout. So pre-workout, you want to have some glucose, which is a whole nother point. This is pretty advanced topics, is the difference between glucose and fructose. Basically, glucose goes to muscle cells, and then fructose only goes to the liver. You can look this up. This is, like, I used to make this kind of out of the scope of this video, but it's definitely worth talking about, because it's a big mistake people make, is only eating like fruits and honey for your carbs, and then thinking that's gonna fuel your muscles. It's not going to fuel, it literally does not fuel your muscles, which is something I learned recently, which is one of the biggest game changers I've made. You want to focus way more on glucose, because that goes to muscle glycogen, and then fructose goes to the liver glycogen. It does not even affect muscles at all. It doesn't even spike insulin, which, if you know about insulin, what allows your body to store nutrients and prevents muscle breakdown as well. So, little side bonus tip there. So covered insulin sensitivity, covered nutrition, covered your lifting and your workouts. Number 4 is zone 2 cardio. If you don't know what zone 2 cardio is, it's basically 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. So like low intensity cardio. You could do running, you could do even like an incline walk on the treadmill. If you get into a good enough heart rate zone, 60 to 70% of your max. For most people, it's 120 beats per minute to 140 beats per minute. Anything in that range usually falls into zone 2 for most people. So you want to have, I recommend, the optimal is around 200 minutes per week. which you can work up to that. I would start at around 90 to 100 minutes per week of zone 2 cardio, which is really not a lot. Think about it, you can split that up 3 days of 30 minutes of zone 2 cardio. It's really easy and it's really low intensity. If you've done zone 2 cardio, you know it's really low intensity. It's like if you're running, you're gonna feel really slow, and like it doesn't matter because you're getting all the good benefits. So the benefits of zone 2 cardio is, number one, obviously you're burning more calories. That's like the surface level. Like if you're gonna go for a run or do cardio, you're obviously gonna burn more calories, having calorie expenditure. Number two is your fat oxidation increases. So at that low heart rate, your main fuel source for your energy substrate is coming from fat. So your own body fat. So this is way more advanced than I thought this video was gonna be, but all right, let me explain this. So if your insulin is low, then your body can use its own body fats as energy. So there's a process called lipolysis, which basically means you're breaking down your own body fat, and then you use fat beta oxidation to burn that fat that was in your body fat. It goes to the bloodstream through lipolysis, and then once it's in the bloodstream, it can be burned by your body through fat oxidation. It's like a two-step process of fat loss. It's basically the fundamentals of how you lose body fats and turn it into energy. And yeah, so if you're doing zone 2 cardio, you're gonna increase fat oxidation. I think it's like 50, I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot. It's very significant. So, and I've definitely noticed it for myself. Bonus tip, another fucking bonus tip. If you drink coffee, caffeine also increases fat oxidation. So I drink coffee every single day before I do anything, especially before a workout. You want to drink some coffee. It's going to boost fat oxidation as well, so you can just burn more fat from your bloodstream. So another bonus tip there. More benefits of zone 2 cardio. I get so off track on these, but another one is mitochondrial density and efficiency. So you're gonna have more energy, like literally your body is going to produce more energy. You're just gonna be way more energized as a person, which is an overall quality of life thing. You know, zone 2 cardio, like I tell a lot of people, like friends, people that I work with, clients, to do this. Sometimes they're skeptical of, oh, like I thought cardio kills gains, like it's not good for my lifting progress or like my physique. But truly, if you don't have this in place, you're missing out on so many benefits, which, you know, I'm just scratching the surface on. You can do your own research on this. Like, there's so much stuff in my mind that I need to get out, like, on paper. So, next one as well, angiogenesis. So, if you don't know what angiogenesis is, it's your body creating new blood vessels from the existing ones that you already have. So, you're literally becoming more vascular. You're creating new veins, new blood vessels through running, through zone 2 cardio. If you're doing this consistently over time, obviously these benefits come with consistency. I'm not going to tell you that you can do one session and then you already know this. Like if you go to the gym, if you're already going to the gym, you already know that one session is not going to make the most progress. But I'm talking to the guys that obviously you're already in the gym, you're already consistent, and you want to take that to the next level. If you implement zone 2 cardio, I guarantee, like if you follow this plan that I give out to my clients, in 90 days, you will be a completely different person. Number 5 is the endocrine system, so your hormones. If you get this right, like your testosterone, your growth hormone, insulin, IGF-1, your thyroid, prolactin, cortisol, melatonin for sleep, which is the last one. So if you have all your hormones and your endocrine systems operating how it should be, you know, you fix your lifestyle habits, you fix the diet, your timing of foods, certain foods that boost testosterone, certain foods that minimize estrogen, but you want to have it in a certain ratio, and also how to time your cortisol in the morning so you're awake in the morning, and then it dips down, and then melatonin rises at night, and you get perfect sleep every single day. if you can master that, like that alone is probably worth 2x your results. Because if you have the right hormones, I mean, let's take the opposite route. If you don't have the right hormones in place and you're trying to put all the effort in, like you're doing everything else right, but your fucking testosterone sucks dick and everything else is just out of whack, it's literally physically impossible for you to make progress, because those hormones have an effect. Think of it as like a video game character. It's like the internal, like, boosts. I don't, like, what's the word? You have a video game character, they have stats. Your hormones are like your internal stats that allow you to make progress. So if you don't have those stats in place, then you're just working against yourself to get the dream physique, the actual outcome that you want. So you can have everything that comes with it. It's not just about the physique. I made another video on this yesterday about how fitness affects your confidence, everything outside of the gym. It's so important. And even hormones alone, without the gym, like if you're having good testosterone levels, everything else is going to become so much easier, and it's just one part of the system that I teach. So there's so much that goes into this. It's all about the knowledge and application. And then last one, number 6, is your sleep and recovery. So I touched on this a little bit, how to time your circadian rhythm with your cortisol in the morning. It dips down at night, and then your melatonin is low in the morning, so you're awake, and then melatonin rises at night to get you to go to sleep properly every single time without fail, like clockwork. Because sleep should be like clockwork. It's all a cycle of how your body works. If you don't know what the circadian rhythm is, it's your cortisol and melatonin have a wave throughout the day. So cortisol makes you feel alert. It's like the stress hormone, which if it's chronically elevated, then yeah, it's bad, but it's actually normal for it to be high in the morning. That's what makes you alert. And then melatonin is like the sleep hormone. It's what makes you sleepy and tired. So if it's high in the morning, if your melatonin is high in the morning, that's why people wake up tired, they don't have energy. It's because of that reason. So I teach everything to actually fix that. There's a few different things. I actually have a YouTube video on this channel. It's called How to Get 90 Plus Sleep Scores Like a G. Go check that out if you want to completely fix your sleep schedule, your circadian rhythm. And those 6 steps, that's what I teach inside of the Precision Inputs method. Number 1 is your lifting plan and workouts, exercise selection, all the nuances to what to do in the gym. That's number 1. Number 2 is your nutrition. So what foods you're eating, your micronutrients, the macronutrients, the ratios on that. What foods are best to hit all the macros, and then timing those correctly around workouts. Number 3 is insulin sensitivity. So timing meals correctly, carbs pre and post workout, and then having your fats outside of the workout window to not slow down digestion, not slow down insulin spikes and muscle protein synthesis. It's a really deep topic that I'll make another video about this in the future. Number 4 is zone 2 cardio. Has a ton of benefits. Also improves insulin sensitivity that I did not cover before. So cardio, it's very low intensity, very low effort, has so many benefits to it. And side note as well, so I've seen a lot of like hybrid athletes getting popular, which I think it's a really good thing. It depends on like what your goals are. If you're trying to run races, which I used to do that, I think it's really fun to train for a race, get fast, and then also make progress in the gym. It's completely doable. But if you're just focused on physique, then you can just do zone 2 cardio, very low intensity. It's even what builds your aerobic base, but side note. And then number 5 is your endocrine system, your hormones, getting those correctly optimized so that you allow yourself to make progress and not fight against your own chemistry and biology. And then number 6 is your sleep and recovery. This is what actually allows progress to happen. If you can't recover from your workouts, then there's no progress to be made. You don't grow inside the gym. You stimulate inside the gym. You may have heard this before. You stimulate growth, and you recover and actually grow. So those are the 6 steps to my precision inputs method. If you do want to see if it'd be a good fit to work with me, I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can book a call with me. We can see if it makes sense for us to work together. I can show you exactly step by step what that looks like. And then also, my Instagram is Sortagon Fitness. I'll leave a link in the description as well. I give you guys so many more tips throughout my day. I'm posting stories of what I'm doing, foods I'm eating, little biology tips, because I obsess about how like fitness actually works inside of biology. That's really if you want to get the best progress, you need to understand your human biology, because we're all humans at the end of the day, and progress is only made through biology and like what actually works with your body. So if you can understand that, you can cheat code your success, which is basically what I do for every single one of my clients and myself. So yeah, if you want to see if we can work together, go check that out, and then check out my Instagram as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna go. Yesterday, I actually hit chest biceps yesterday. I said I was gonna hit legs, but change of plans. Today I'm gonna go hit shoulders, I'm gonna hit forearms, and I'm gonna hit abs later in the day, maybe in about 2 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna post way more in-depth, valuable topics like this. So this one was kind of all over the place. I was going into a lot of different topics, but if you stuck around to the end, you're a real one. You're gonna learn a lot on this channel. I can guarantee it. If you apply all my knowledge, there's no way you can't make progress. Like, it's literally designed to make it physically impossible to not make progress. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna end the video here. I'll see you in the next one.